and signing petitions.
Right.
Several women I knew that we used to go to the Randers Club all the time, and when they got off work, they had their walking shoes on. We'd be out going out walking, getting petitions signed.
Right.
It was organized, well organized. Wasn't like it is now, but it was well organized.
What do you think? Where do you think the switch was? Where it's like, all right, this is kind of falling to the wayside. We need to tighten up right here. We need to, keep this energy focused.
No, say what you said again.
Like what you said it's not how it is now.
Oh,
so
yeah.
So I guess I'm asking, when did you start seeing like the atmosphere kind of starting to dwindle a little bit?
Oh, okay. It's when we didn't have anybody else on the council that would move with the masses. You know, before in District 7, District 6 when Miss Hickens was on there. Everything was organized because they had been organizing for 25 years over in that area around Lincoln and in there. So,
Right.
so yeah, and then when Diane got on, we kept it up, maintained it.
She stopped running in 91, correct? Like as soon as everything got the 14-1 got pushed, right?
Yeah, because she was defeated by Charlotte Mays.
By Charlotte Mays. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Because I guess I'm also thinking about Ron Kirk coming in, and I think he's the one that started building out the stadiums, and I think he did something in regards to I know there used to be a lot of floods. I forgot in what part.
Yeah.
But I wonder how much that impact might have been. Kind of like, oh, he's a good mayor. He's black. So we're kind of hypnotized by that. I don't know. That's
who was hypnotized? The people?
Yeah, the people.
No,
Okay.
I mean,
because you throw that first black out there, and then it's kind of like,
even though he was the first black mayor, and he might have been like that amongst his peer group,
right?
But with us, he was just another nigga up there that we had. And some of them would tell him that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You had people who would come down to that podium and tell him that. You know?
Right.
So no. That didn't change nothing. Now, and when we did the Malcolm X street name change, we finally got it back up there to the council, and we got that there because of Charlotte, really because of Charlotte Mays, because Miss Mays had a very she cursed a lot. She'll tell you in a minute. And she came out of South Dallas. So
right.
But anyway, we used to get into it all the time. And I remember one day she came to me and she said, "Marvin, I owe you an apology." I said, "Okay." She said, "I was, as they go on these little tours and council things, and there were people there who were talking about Malcolm X, and the movie was out. And she told me she read the book and 2 or 3 times, and she saw the movie, and she said, I want to apologize to you."
This is a white woman?
She's black.
Oh, okay.
But she said, "I want to apologize to you, and I want to tell the mayor that I wanted to come to South Dallas."
Right.
And she did. She did that, and we got it on there. Now, we won when it came to the vote 8-7.
Right.
All right.
Right.
So my job was I'll go back and just check on different things as far as the process was concerned.
Right.
After that vote was taken, I went back to make sure that everything was okay. And one of the white city managers came and said, "Well, Marvin, we're so sorry. We found one person that didn't sign her petition correctly.
Right.
So we have to do this all over again." But what happened? There was another man. There was a man working in there. He was Palestinian, and he said, "No, we're not going to have this again. We're not going to have this." And he said, "Miss Crenshaw," it was on a Thursday or Friday. He said he gave me the sheet that one person didn't sign, homeowner. And he said, "Can you have this in by Monday. I said I can, you know, because even though we had the 8-7 vote at the council, it was going to be thrown out, and they were going to say Marvin didn't do his homework, you know, because I was the one that was leading that part of the process, and so that weekend, I had called the lady who didn't sign her petition. She did live in South Dallas, but she had moved to Oak Cliff. So I had her number, and I called her on a Saturday morning, and her daughter picked up the phone. She must have been about 8 or 9 years old. Right. And I kept asking, "May I speak to your mother?" And you know, and she was just saying, going through different things. If you tell me how old I am, or tell me my name, and then we finally got to that part, and she said, "I'll tell you what. If you tell me my name, I'll go get my mommy into the phone." And I'm going on all type of names. And then I said, "Well, what is your name?" She said, "Well, that's all you had to do was ask me." And then she went and got her mother, and her mother came in, and I told her what I was doing, and she said, "Yes, I'm for that." And so I called a cab. And his brother that came over, he was from Ethiopia, and he said, "You the man that's doing the Malcolm X street name change, right?" I said, "Yeah." And I told him what was going on. He said, "Well, just get on in and we go over." He took me over there and said, "I'm not going to charge you nothing," you know. And went over and got everything signed, and then I had that Monday morning, and I had it back in there to, you know, they write it up, sign it, and go through the process on that. But the staff always come over with some kind of tricks. That's why you got to stay on top of them.
What was the coalitions? I'm thinking about coalitions. You know, while this is happening, were there any coalitions, you know, with different nationalities?
Oh yeah, most definitely, yes. We always had coalitions. We always had coalitions there.
Well, go ahead. No, you were going to say something.
No, I was going to say we always had. You had John Fullenwater, and same coalitions that you have now. I mean, they were down at the council, and all of them came to Ms. Hagan's meeting. We all knew each other from the Black Panther Party and other things. So the coalitions were there. We had coalitions.
I guess I'm asking because we had Mr. Fullenwater here, last week? And he was like, you know, I was never really interested in, you know, the whole running for city council thing. And then, you know, I looked up Charlie Young, and he, you know, he was kind of saying the same thing, like, no, I don't want to take away from the, you know, the grassroots work. And I guess I'm only imagining, you know, what it would have been to have Al Liscombe, Diane Ragsdale, and maybe a Charlie Young there as a representative body of the Southern Dallas, and in Charlie Young's case, East Dallas working class constituency. So I guess, well, do you see there as being any utility today as far as that going on?
We still got John and different people out there.
John said he ain't feeling it. John said he ain't feeling it.
Well, he's not feeling it now because he's tired.
Well, yeah.
John's been out there for a long time. I think he and his wife just got off of a long vacation not too long ago. You know, we're all tired. That's why we're glad to see y'all. You know, but no, we had plenty of coalitions doing back then.
Was there ever any push to get certain groups to kind of just get in there, or because like you say all the time, like if we can get 2 or 3 in there, then you know we're good. So the coalitions that were coming around, was it kind of like, shit, throw one of y'all in there?
The what?
Like to tell them to throw one of themselves in there. Was that ever an objective, or?
I mean, for John?
For John, maybe someone from the Brown Berets.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Did they run, or did they run and lose, or?
Yeah, some of them didn't. They ran and didn't stand on it.
Okay. Yeah. I didn't know if it was something that was.
Domingo, you want Domingo Garcia?
He sounds familiar.
Okay, Domingo came out of the Brown Berets. He was on the city council at one time.
Yeah.
And the Madranos, you know the Madranos?
Uh-huh.
Okay. They all came out of West Dallas. They were on city council.
Out of West Dallas.
Yeah.
Okay.
In different other places. Yeah.
Yeah, because I guess I've been thinking about that a lot as far as.
Well, when Miss Higgins was on there, you know, that was you had the three. You had Mr. Blair and Miss Higgins, and then you had a Madrano on there, right, who came out of West Dallas. You know.
Mm.
So, and yeah. And then you had we continue to have different people coming in there, and then even if they were not elected to the council, they were down in the meeting speaking, you know,
Right.
and doing different things. Like John's never been elected to the council, but John's always been involved in the issues, you know, and coming before the council and speaking.
Right.
And yeah, there were quite a few people.
Were there any significant changes once y'all got the 14-1?
As far as what?
Just whatever changes. I guess I'm thinking about, you know.
We took over.
No, I guess I mean, like, did they start changing the rules? Like, all right.
Oh yeah, they always do that.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, they tried to do that. Yeah.
They tried to, so it didn't succeed.
Well, because of the fact that at that time we had people like Mr. Lipscomb,
Right.
and Diane was on the council,
Mm-hmm.
and then who else you had up there? But anyway, we had people up there who would say something. I mean, you know, and we were always there. We always had our core group at every meeting. Even after Mr. Jackson, Miss Higgins was gone, and Mr. Lipscomb and Diane was on there, and when they were off, we still had our people there who were doing different things. See, our fighters were not just on the council.
Right.
I mean, we control the council.
Right.
You know.
So it sounds like having the representatives in council, but also on the ground, y'all are tackling things one at a time, if I'm not mistaken.
What do you mean by one at a time?
Like whatever what the community was voicing as an issue, the coalition, whatever, we're here to take care of that.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, so
sometimes we have so many issues down there that
Yeah.
you come from different areas that you know. Yeah, we always had to. You see, even after we did not have Miss Ragsdale or Mr. Lipscomb on, we still rule today.
Yeah.
From the floor, we rule today from the floor. We didn't care who was up there. You know. No, we rule the floor from the day.
Was there ever a boiling point where you saw it at its most radical or revolutionary, where you like
In the council chambers?
I guess just overall.
Oh, okay.
Just overall, was there ever a moment like, all right, this could really be something. This could really transform something.
Everything we did, we looked at it like that. I mean, there was several issues that came up to where we understood that we had transformed how the council functioned,
Right.
and there were no representatives on that council who came out of our core group. We were organized enough and had been involved enough where we controlled it from the floor. And that's where where everything came from. We controlled the floor, and we controlled the flow of how things were going to go.
And that came out of, like you mentioned to me, just the political education around it. Not only from the people that are in city council, but like you pointed to before, the Frederick Douglass
Voting council.
Yeah, the voting council.
Mm-hmm. But you had many organizations down there.
Right.
But the Frederick Douglass Voting Council was the primary organization who started everything down there, as far as getting people to come in and learning the process, having those Tuesday night meetings, have people from the staff would come in there and you know, go through different things.
what's your take on how it is today? Like, do you see any potential? Do you see any weaknesses? Any strong points? What's your
As far as what?
I guess the political atmosphere, the political environment.
Well, I think it's sort of slowed down a little as far as the representation.
Right.
But as far as the people are concerned, I don't think it. I think it wouldn't take that much to spark it, you know. But seemed like when Diane got on the council, she held her meetings, and they were different from Mr. Jackson, from the Frederick Douglass Voting Council. But at the same time, it was about the same thing. You know, how we're going to deal with it.
You said it's about the same thing. What do you mean?
Well, I'm saying it was the same thing of how we're going to deal with these people down at the City Hall.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, in the process. And
I would love to have her here.
I
said I would love to have her here.
Oh yeah.
Because I was fortunate enough to be around her briefly at a movie screening, and you know, I didn't know who I was standing next to, but you can definitely still feel the fire.
Oh, you never really.
Yeah, that she has in regards to what's going on. So, yeah, I guess I'm still wanting to have that fire within myself, but also being able to.
It's there, it just has not emerged.
Yeah.
But it's there. I mean, once you get down there, and you start functioning and finding out how the thing works. I mean, and what you can do and what you can't do. You can do anything you want to do if you're willing to suffer the consequences for your actions.
Right.
But no, you can. It's in fact, it's probably more open now than at any time because there's not that many of us who are still there. Yeah, you can do whatever you want to do. But now what they're also talking about, didn't they raise the salary for the council members?
Yeah.
That's gonna be something different. That's gonna be something else.
You think so?
Oh, I'm saying, I mean,
they voted that down.
Did they? I thought they approved it. I thought they was getting some more money in their pocket.
Oh boy, that was gonna be that would be the big difference. And so,
cause I guess I'm looking at just accountability. You know what I mean? And I when I'm researching and looking at the history of these things, I'm watching the video on Fahim Minka, and they're talking about, once upon a time, South Dallas had like a 50% unemployment population, and it's kind of like how does city council, well, of course it's not just solely city council, but how does that just happen?
Yeah.
And then you have people like yourself, Ms. Ragsdale and Mr. Lipscomb, come in there and try and shift the composition of city council to where it can start highlighting more of what's going on in those places, in those problem areas. And I just think about how those contradictions and have not necessarily stopped, but have just kind of been advanced and have a new shape.
Yeah.
And how we should deal with them now. So that's why I'm always always asking you, like, what do you see? What do you see that could possibly kind of like we're talking about be that flame that people start not only just kind of like looking at, but start involving themselves.
Right.
Because even with myself, I don't even have like the bare bones understanding of city council, and I appreciate you even offering to teach something like that. But if I have, well, I can't generalize, but I would like to think that more people should know about these things, know about the nature of these things, so they can.
We didn't know until we got we got out there and see now when a lot of us who are coming out of organizations, coming out of our base was always El Centro, coming out of El Centro,
right,
and coming to the over to with Mr. Jackson and that group, we didn't know the law of the land, lay of the land then.
Right.
They taught us that. They taught us
right,
because when you had a Tuesday night meeting, we had your council meetings on Wednesday. They had their Tuesday night meetings, and we might have somebody from the city staff there, or somebody who used to work for the city staff, who worked for the city for 30 years, who were there,
right.
you know, explaining the
The
process.
inner workings,
And so that and that was so important to me. A lot of times that you had those people who retired after 35 years. They were over there, you know, giving
Still.
information and teaching the classes and telling you what you can do and what you can't do.
Right.
And you know, and I mean, we'll have all types of people come. Well, they said that, but I'll say Mr. Jackson, because they were professionals themselves.
Right.
Mr. Jackson was a millionaire by trading real estate and everything else. So people knew him, they knew Miss Higgins. I mean, because they'd been out there struggling for 25, 30 years. I think Miss Jackson told me it had taken them 25 years to get everything to the point to where, you know, when they seized power, that they didn't have to worry about anything. Because he and Miss Higgins worked at the post office at night. You know, they all had, and then they own businesses and all different types of things. But you had so many people in there that came out of that base that was, you know, it was tremendous.
Were they associated with that Black Panther Party? I guess.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean,
okay.
that was all part. No, I'm saying that's all part. That was all part. It's all part of the base.
Yeah, because I'm like I said, I'm thinking about that now because I don't think we necessarily have that. I think our options have kind of been dwindled back to Democrat or Republican as opposed.
Well, that's
to,
because you allow that.
Right.
I mean, I'm not a Democrat or Republican.
Right.
I'm a revolutionary.
Right. So.
And a communist.
Right. So it's kind of like, you know, you have this working class party, and then, you know, it kind of, you know, you can correct me, but it kind of maybe fades out a little bit, and then it's like now in 2025, what are we left with?
Yeah.
You know, we can have people in there that can point to the contradictions of city council, point to the contradictions of capitalism,
Right.
point to the contradictions of homeless people in the street, but at the end of the day, who are they supposed to support?
Right.
Who are they supposed to vote for?
Well, it's not as well organized as when they were there, but
Right.
they didn't just do that overnight. They did that over a 25-year period of working and
Putting it together.
different people coming in, different people coming out, but that same core group stayed together. You know.
Yeah.
And sometimes they would get mad at each other like anything else and break off for a minute or two and come back.
I'm fine with the disputes. I just want the entity to be there.
Yeah.
So people don't feel hopeless.
Yeah.
Because I think that's
Well, that's what's happening now, isn't it?
right.
And see, and I was just looking out my window the other day. I was just thinking that all these people we see walking up and down the street, you know, during our time at that time, we grab them and put them into something, but it's not there.
Yeah.
You know, it's not there, and it's just, and that's what's wrong with the young people. I mean, they doing all this crazy stuff is because there's no actions out there to demonstrate to them that this is what you can do and what you cannot do. You know.
Right.
As far as life is concerned, but it's going to come back. It's going to come back.
It
Let me
has
have
to.
let me have a taste of that joint, man. Since y'all got all that stuff out here and getting all that about those.
Yeah, I hope.
You don't smoke?
No, I'm good.
Huh?